Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. Today, I'm interviewing myself. Well, I'm taking the opportunity to wish all my listeners and viewers a very happy holiday, and I hope that you're able to take some time off to just relax and chill and just enjoy that little bit of a break. I know that I need a few days off, and I shall be really, really happy to be with my family. And in my particular case, my sister-in-law will be doing some of the entertaining, and on Boxing Day, I will be doing the entertaining. So both of us get a break, and we've worked it out over the years so that everybody gets to give a little helping hand, and everybody gets to have a rest. All those that are working in our family really need to take that time off. And I know that if you are a single parent, or male or female, or if you're a mum with quite a large family, even a small family, I only had just one, and I found that hard enough trying to get everything done on time and to keep smiling and still smile, even though I was so stressed from the build-up of trying to catch up and get things done at work prior to the holidays, and then of course all the massive cooking and housekeeping that goes on in preparation for the holidays and during the holidays. And sometimes it's difficult when you look around, you see everyone else having fun, and you just feel stressed and anxious and tired, so tired that it's a worthwhile thing to do. Well, I can assure you, when you get as old as I am and you start to look back, you realize that these are your treasured moments. And it's very easy to get stressed over this period when you're all thrown together. Maybe you're not always together all through the day. And it is a difficult time. Many years ago, I was asked to talk on Radio Surrey in Sussex, that was then, about stress at Christmas time and the holidays and how to overcome it. And I did that, and there were a lot of call-ins and a lot of people asking about particular situations, how to handle it. And my reaction is always to say to you, look, remember that we don't get to be with these people all the time the rest of the year. Sometimes you may be with people you haven't seen for ages. And maybe in a way you've become distant, you've lost touch, you've forgotten how irritating their ways are, they've forgotten how irritating you can be. And so if you kind of bear in mind that we've all got to be a bit more patient with each other, it sometimes helps to ease the burden, the feeling of being overwhelmed by the situation. And if you're like me, you have moments where you really need to be on your own because, well, I suppose that I'm a little bit academic in some ways and I like time to think things through. And I also like to read, and I need to read to keep up to date with all my material. And so I welcome time on my own, even though I'm surrounded by a family. So I kind of negotiate that before it all happens and say, look, I'm going to disappear for a half an hour to an hour to do a little bit of reading and just be alone with my thoughts for a while. I hope that's okay, but how can I make it up to you? How can I help you so that we can all, get on well and get things done at the same time? And that works quite often, not always. I'm not saying that I'm absolutely invincible, because I'm not. But when you haven't seen people for a while, or you haven't been with so many people for a while, it can be quite daunting. I always say that it's a time to take stock of yourself and to maybe spend some time thinking how you can reduce your stress load. I also have said to people, well, if you get to that point where you know that your temper is about to flare, or your temples are bursting, and you're feeling really, really wound up and uptight by people, then that is the time to kind of find a little space on your own, even if it's just in the loo, and take some deep breaths. Imagine all the muscles in your body from the top of your head to the tip of your feet relaxing. And I find it helps to think of my skin as if it is made of silk. And I start at the top of my head, I go down my body, forehead, cheeks, eyes, mouth, relaxing, 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 as if they're made as silk, soft as silk, and see the silk unfolding and relaxing and stretching and dropping and falling away. And then go through the back of your neck, the front of your neck, shoulders, your shoulder blades, your arm sockets, your chest, all the way down your body, using your body parts and imagining them becoming as soft as silk and becoming soft and light and rested and stretched and falling away. And if you continue in that vein until you get to the tips of your toes, naming the parts and helping them relax. And then when you've done so, you don't need to close your eyes, but if you do, afterwards, after you've finished, open your eyes and just feel the difference. Take 1 or 2 really deep breaths, breathing out very slowly as you can, and then collecting your thoughts, collecting yourself, and being ready to rejoin the party, if you ever will be. But just for today, just for that moment, just take the time for yourself and then renew your vigor and your energy, and then you'll be able to get back to your friends and your family and start afresh. I always think it's helpful because hosts and hostesses have so much to do, to see if there's any way that I can help support them, offer to help in any little way, even if it's just passing around food. Yeah, we always do it to ourselves. Too much food, too much alcohol. The alcohol helps relax us in one way, and it actually gets us stressed in another way, because things start to go on in our bodies and we begin to lose a bit of control. And with that loss of control is a loss of control between the mind and the mouth. And that's when we run the risk of upsetting people. So, well, I want you to have fun. I want you to relax and enjoy yourself, but don't poison your body with the alcohol or any other substances that you could pay for afterwards, unless, of course, you're prepared to the next day with a banging headache and feeling sick and all those horrible things. Well, I'm not being a nasty school mom and telling you don't, but I'm saying you know the price that you have to pay. And, well, I'll have a few drinks and I'll enjoy myself and I'll relax as much as I'm able. And I hope you do too. So, one of the things that I've been doing is taking stock of what's going to happen for me in the next year. Have you? Have you been thinking of New Year's resolutions, those things that we start so firmly and strongly in our mind to change our lives, our actions, our thoughts, the way we are, the way we're going to be, and the jobs that we want to get done? Yeah, it's a good thing to do at the beginning of the year to take stock. Well, I've actually done that. I've been preparing for a few months now. I'm actually going to have a new program of courses, and in preparation for those courses I'm having some one-day seminars that I'm going to conduct in person here in London, in the UK, and possibly later in the year on tour. And I'm starting with something that's very close to my heart. I need to lose some weight. I have put on weight over the last few years as a result of taking care of parents and then losing parents, and then for a little while losing my sanity. Not entirely, but dealing with the grief and nurturing, needing to nurture myself a bit. Yes, I've put on weight, so it's not good for my health, and I want to get slim, fit, and healthy in 2015, and so that's why I am pleased to announce I'm running on the 18th of January in London, in Harley Street at my practice, a seminar day which is all about, and I'm going to read it here, make 2015 your year of slim healthy fitness using psychology. Yes, I've done this before, and so I'll do it again. And this time I'm including myself in the program. I'm going to be there alongside everybody else doing it with them. And this one-day workshop, which is an amazing value, is 225 for the full day. Now that's not much more than one of my counselling sessions. And when I run them in groups, I run them at a very similar price, and that is just for an hour. So this is an exceptional price, and I'm doing it like that because I want to open up the places to about 20 people maximum, and I'm going to be videoing the whole thing, and anyone who is taking part will get a copy of that video, and they will be able to refer to it as many times as they want, and that will be included in the price. So that's one of the benefits that they'll get. So for anybody interested who wants to join me on my journey, making 2015 my year of slim healthy fitness, I'm going to tell you what we're going to cover. It will have a psychological slant. We'll be looking at diets, do they work? And if not, why not? And partly it's a physiological thing and partly it's a psychological thing, and we'll be talking about ways that we can overcome that, and I might even give you a little demo of a session of how to enjoy your food without putting on weight, and how to curb your appetite using your mind. And it's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm sorry I keep saying and because I'm just so excited about it. Yes, so I did this course. I ran it as a 10-week course some years ago, and I've brushed it down and smartened it up for the 21st century, and we're going to be covering things like, now I'm going to read, okay, size and society, values and stereotypes, and why they get in the way of our maintaining a healthy diet to start off with, and a healthy weight, lifelong wise. And we'll be looking at that debate about diets, do they work, and why they're doomed to fail eventually. And obviously then we'll be looking at psychological blocks to sticking to resolve, okay, sticking to your New Year's resolutions, and what are the blocks and what influences stop us from keeping our resolutions and making them a lifetime habit. We'll be looking about fear and fear of deprivation, which can underline a lot of people's need to resort to substance, and in this case food. And we'll be looking at why people get addicted to certain foods, get addicted to certain behaviours, get addicted to going to the gym. Just as addictive as alcohol and drugs, but take a different form, and they have a different effect on the body. And looking at damaged self-esteem, what happens to us in childhood or within our families, or what happens to us as we go through life and learn lessons which are brought about by events that happen to us, and some of them not true lessons, some of them guide us in the wrong direction and affect us, and how we can reevaluate things that we can do that can get us on track. And we'll be looking at, do meditations help? Can we correct our behaviour that way? We'll be looking at some alternative methods to meditation, and we'll be looking at coaching, counselling. We'll be looking at all the different things that you can use and giving you an insight into how you can do this without it costing you a fortune. And we were talking about giving and receiving appreciation, because a lot of people who have had incidents in their past, and maybe not even aware that they've had an effect, they can in fact learn to appreciate not only themselves but other people too, which is something quite hard if you've been hurt. So we'll be looking at that. We'll be looking at parents, adults and children, and how they interact and how we might do it better. Looking at body shape and society. And Pride and Prejudice, I've called this session. This is all about the beauty business. And it's just as invasive as the health and diet business, which it is a business. You have to understand that. And you are just a customer or a client, and you have to understand that too. And so I will be looking at hooks and how they hook you into spending more and more money. And we'll be looking about giving yourself permission to be yourself and to enjoy being an individual, whatever size you are, whatever things have affected you, how you can build on that and use that to be a new person and to show other people that you are a new person and you are going to remain a new person, and whatever they say or do is not going to have an effect. So if they have a vested interest in keeping you the same so that they feel better, so that they feel superior, hard luck. They're going to have to do some changing too to adapt to you. And I'll show you how. So it's quite a heavy program, but we'll be in a relaxed situation. It will be videoed, as I said, and you won't even notice it happening because the content is so interesting and exciting. And it's all about you and helping you to achieve your goals. And the way that you can apply for this, because as I said, there's only 20 places, is to go to the Business Mastery Show and to fill in the contact form and to say, yes, I'm in, I want to be coming along to 2015, your year of slim, healthy fitness. And I will send you the rest of the details where you can go to PayPal and pay for your place and get your ticket. Okay, so that's the advert for that, and I'm not abashed about this. This is me and my setting my year off with a strong focus. The second one that I'm doing is also of interest to people in business, and it's 2015, your year of 1 million free publicity. Okay, that's the title. And in this, we're going to also be including some psychology, information that wouldn't normally be accessed by you, that's kept mainly for marketing gurus and people who design advertising, people who devise adverts for TV and things like that. We'll be looking at how you can project and propel yourself and your products and services and get them in front of the media in a way that they won't even hardly notice. Well, not entirely true. You want them to notice, but in a way that will earn you a great deal of publicity, which would normally be of amazing value, really high value. You would be surprised how much advertising and marketing costs out there to the big guys, and how you can acquire similar exposure for no or very little cost. And I'll show you how you can do that. It's also a live day event, and it will also be recorded, videoed, and you will also get a copy. And again, 20 people on that course, and you can contact me about that too via Business Mastery Show, the contact form. And It's also going to be followed up by I'm not quite sure if it'll be an 8-week course or what the length of the course is, but all the content is available and has been done before, but I haven't done it for a few years, so I'm making this really, really relevant now. And then finally, coming along in March or April is a very fantastic course called After Hello, and I've done this before a number of occasions, and this is all about communication skills, interpersonal, between groups of people, on the phone, a little bit about contacting people in writing, but mainly it's to do with if you want to improve your skills in talking to people, whether it's one-to-one or in small groups or in larger groups, or having to give a speech, running a meeting, speaking in public at seminars, or even to large halls of people. We'll be looking at all the different angles and dealing with some of the fears that we all have. All of us get nervous. How to cope with those fears, how to brush up your skills, improve your skills. Well, we're not exactly Toastmasters here, but you will be absolutely amazed at the difference in your confidence, in your ability, in the way that you speak and what you say. You'll get loads and loads and loads of lists of hints and tips, and you'll get a copy of the actual day event too. So to find out more, again, contact me on my contact page at Business Mastery Show. Okay, now back to you. So I want to talk to you face to face here, and to say to you that whatever goes down over Christmas and New Year, I want you to remember me telling you to relax and take it easy, because it is supposed to be a time of happiness. Now, I know for a lot of people it isn't. For a lot of people, they're remembering loved ones. I certainly will be remembering mine that have gone now. And some very lovely people who have been very kind to me are no longer with me. And that's not just family, that's dear friends too. So I will be thinking about that, but I will also be thinking that they wouldn't want me to be hurting myself and making myself sick and worried and upset, because they would want me to go on living for them and to enjoy life and to have a good time and enjoy my few days rest. With the help of my family, we're all alternating it, so we all get a break, and have a little break and relax and enjoy good food shared with good company without getting worked up and angry and stressed. And it is a technique, and I've given you some guidance how you can cope. So it remains to me to just say have a wonderful, wonderful time. And as always, thank you so much for listening to me throughout the last 6 months, and long may it go on. So we've got a big program of interviews on my podcast show, and also I will be interspacing that with some new things that are coming up. My new mini blog, which is mini videos on business tips, and I call them business skills tips, my little BSTs, and they will be coming in January too, and you'll be able to get those. I'm hoping I'll be able to stick to daily, and they'll last between 3 and 5 minutes, and I hope they'll set you up for the day. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to being renewed and refreshed, and I wish that to everybody. Good luck in 2015. So this is Angela Saunders saying goodbye for now, and thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the new year. Bye.